Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Short-term real estate investing. How can I make money in real estate in the short term? I get this question all the time from clients, and I am a big long-term real estate proponent, as you may have noticed from my channel. But in today's video, I'm going to answer that question, how you can actually make money from real estate in the short term. Real quick before we get started, if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Hassan. I'm a real estate agent in Vancouver, and I make educational real estate content to help you in your real estate journey. I also make content to help you make your move in and around Vancouver. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to talk one-on-one about your situation, you can book me in the Calendly link below, or you can just send me a text, give me a call, shoot me a message, whatever works. Regardless, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a future video. So time and time again, I get asked this question about how to make money in real estate in the short term. As much as I try and send out the message that real estate is a long-term investment game, I get it. People want to make money much quicker than that. So I'm going to give some pieces of advice and what I've seen work through my experience as a real estate agent and working with investors when it comes to the short-term game. Okay, so firstly, the most important thing when it comes to short-term real estate investing is your purchase price. What did you pay for the buy? This is so critically important because when it comes to investments, the only constant out there is the buy, is your purchase price. You don't know what's going to happen when it comes to appreciation. You don't know what's going to happen when it comes to development cost overruns. You have no idea about the future. You only know what's happening today. Many seasoned investors, in fact, most will tell you that you make your money on the buy. And you should feel so happy about your purchase price that the rest of the project, whatever it is that you're doing with that property, is going to fall in line. So be very cognizant of the purchase price. When you're purchasing for the long term, $5,000 here or there doesn't make a huge difference in our Vancouver real estate market. When you're purchasing for the short term, $5,000 can eat into your margin. That can be 25% of your margin depending on what sort of a project you're doing. So focus on that purchase price. It's the most important thing. Number two, critical, is you can't just purchase a property for short-term investment and expect the market is going to give you gains and basically be your profit on the project. Now, Vancouver real estate historically, truthfully, people did make a lot of money in the short term, and in fact, by doing nothing with the property, sometimes not even completing on it. So they would purchase the property and completion would be 4 or 5 months out. And because of the way the market was skyrocketing, they'd be able to sell that piece of paper as an assignment for hundreds of thousands of dollars more than they paid for it. That type of a market, that type of a scenario just does not exist anymore. And that's never the right game plan when you're doing short-term real estate investing. What you need to focus on is picking up properties that you can add value to immediately. And when I say add value, I mean you have to be able to take that product and you need to be able to significantly change it for the better so that once you're complete with that change, you've increased the value of the property regardless of what's happening with the market at that current time. So an example of this is you want to go after properties that everyone else is passing on because there's too much work, right? It needs floors, it needs new fixtures, it needs new plumbing, whatever it might be. In fact, the more disastrous the property is, oftentimes that's the best way to add value to it. They often say you want to pick up the worst property on the best street, right? So when it comes to, if you want to do like a condo type of a flip, you want to pick up the worst unit in one of the best buildings, right? So these are the things that you want to target. Now, here's a message to you if you're looking at being a short-term investor or get into the short-term real estate game. You may have a realtor you work with and you may have been working with for a long period of time. I've had a couple conversations with people where they're getting into these short-term scenarios that are not working out for them. Now, if your real estate agent comes to you with an opportunity, but at the same time, they are not showing you what comparable solds are selling for in today's market, they're just trying to get a deal out of you. They're just trying to get a deal out of you. Any real estate agent that says, I have a hot deal, take a look at it, and that's the only data they're giving to you, they're just trying to make a sale. Now, obviously it's different if they're trying to race the clock and they're presenting you a deal and they're telling you, hey, I'm just on the road, but later on today, I'm gonna send you some comparables in today's market. Obviously they're looking out for you, but if they're only showing you a deal, but they're not showing you what today's comparable will sell for finished product, They're just trying to make a sale. And I'll give an example. When I'm working with my development partners, maybe a smaller site, maybe they're building a row home site, 4 units, whatever it might be. But if I come to them with a pro forma where I show them a purchase price, but I don't show them what finished product is selling for today, they're going to laugh me out of the room if I'm lucky, or they're going to be pissed off that I wasted their time. So you have to make sure that you're looking at numbers of what real estate is selling for today for that finished product. On the same line of thinking, if you have a realtor who's telling you that once you complete this project, the market has been going up 1%, 1.5% per month. Prices have been going up. So 6 months from now, you're going to add 9% to your profit margin. That's another scenario which is baseless, right? Like I talked about earlier, the only thing we know is the purchase price. When it comes to something that you're adding value, you're looking at doing a renovation that's going to cost you money and time. And what I can tell you is every single time, either the renovation is going to take more time, or it's going to cost more money, or both. So you got to build in the contingency, and you can't factor your numbers that you're going to get price appreciation. I always tell my clients that price appreciation is the gravy on top. But if you purchase this today, this is what finished product units are selling for today. If the numbers don't make sense, your real estate agent should be telling you to walk away and search for the next deal. If they're pushing you into that deal, even when the numbers don't make sense, they're not looking out for your best interest. You should be looking for another realtor. So once all that is said and done, you've purchased at the correct price, you've added value to it through improvements. You also obviously want to make sure that your marketing plan for selling that property is sound. I've done countless videos on how you should market and sell a property, how you should price it, how you should position it in the market. So I'm not going to get into that in this video here. But again, when we're comparing short-term investment with long-term investment, that marketing, that sale, it has to be perfected. You can't give the listing to your cousin who just became an agent, who still walks in and takes his own photos with an iPhone. You can't do this sort of stuff, because every single dollar will matter when it comes to flips and development projects. Take it for myself, I've lost money in development projects for buying stuff at the wrong price. So make sure you need every piece to align. So don't do great on the purchase price. Don't do an excellent job on the renovations, but then botch the marketing plan. So just be very thoughtful and cognizant about who you're working with every step of the way. And if you do those things, and if your numbers check out on day one, when you're doing the numbers, if they check out and you've built in contingency, you should do well in short-term real estate investing. So guys, I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, if you could hit the like button, what that does is it takes this video and it sends it out to more people so they could learn from it as well. Also consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss a future video. If you're in the Vancouver area and you want to talk about your real estate situation one-on-one with me, book me in the Calendly link below, or send me a text. Give me a call, send me an email, whatever's easier for you. I'd love to chat with you. But outside of that, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.